Want to represent the Geocache Talk network while you're out caching? Head over to artedcrafted.com and grab your official GTN shirts. Authentic apparel by geocachers for geocachers. They're comfortable, great looking, and perfect for events, trails, or your next big find. And the best part? Every purchase helps support the Geocache Talk network and everything we do. Check them out now at artedcrafted.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gadget Talk. And I gotta clarify something, Chad. We did that intro with the Arted Crafted on Sunday's show, and somebody said, "What is GTN?" So for those that don't
that's
know,
the old school yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of like old school classic. It's like GTN is the Geocache Talk network. So, not just Gadget Talk, but Puzzle Talk, Challenge Talk, the regular Sunday show, and many others that we've had through the years on that one. So that's what GTN is, in case people were wondering. And
I guess don't refer to it as GTN very often. So yeah, could be confusing.
Yeah, not at all. And it looks like we got Angel Bandit on here who got first to comment. So big shout out to Angel Bandit. We got DSK11 joining us from Medicine Hat. So thank you for joining us. We have the person where if you say their name 3 times, they're likely to appear. Yeah, from Gilby, North Dakota. Just some clues on that one, but they're looking forward to some ideas. And we got DS Mavis joining us tonight too. Buzz8226 and Nicole B Genius. Oh, and we got Chihuahua K94 Me as well too from Virginia. So very cool to see so many people from all over.
Yeah. The one who shall not be named needs to come out here. I need to get him out here to the new shop, do some builds with him. That'd be amazing. We could do some YouTube videos.
That would be incredible. That would be incredible. I mean, just to hear the ideas that you guys would put out there, It'd
be fun.
Yeah. So how have you been, Chad?
I've been good, busy. Sorry about last week, everybody. That was my fault. We scheduled it, and then I realized I had another appointment to go to, and so I was like, "Oh, John posted it," and I'm like, "You know what? I actually think I have something else going on that day." So sorry about that, everyone.
Yeah, I appreciate you clarifying that, Chad, because I think people were probably thinking I just went on a pickle pizza bender and I was out of commission. So I appreciate that one for clarifying.
Yeah.
Oh, and you got the person that shall not be named who said they would love to see the new shop.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he'd be impressed, especially after seeing the old one.
I bet. How many square feet larger is this one than your old shop?
Oh, a lot. This is 3,200 square feet.
Whoa.
Just the lower section is 3,200. Okay. The upstairs is, I don't know what it is. I could do the math without a calculator.
Hey, no worries.
But
yeah.
Yes. But one of these days, possibly next show, maybe I'll show it off.
Oh.
I literally last weekend just got the rest of the stuff out of the old shop. So it's sitting on the other side of the printers here. So it's kind of a mess over there.
Yeah, I was going to say it almost looks like a wall of printers behind you,
That's on purpose to disguise the mess. When you're making stuff, it's one of those things that you make a mess to make stuff, right? If you're always cleaning up after yourself, you don't get anything done. I mean, so I make the mess and then I clean up when I'm done making whatever I'm making. So that kind of hides everything. And then my son's building that. If you follow my Instagram, that 5-foot Voyager.
Oh, wow.
Yep. That lights up and all that stuff. It's on the other side too, which takes up a big table.
That looks incredible. So what are you guys going to do with that 5-foot Voyager?
I have no idea. He's like, we should hang it from the ceiling and have it light up.
That would be really cool.
We'll see. I don't know if I want to get
Yeah. Oh man, Chad, your microphone was going a little bit in and out there for a second.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then one more thing here we wanted to promote before we get going is Cache Fest, Savannah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you are thinking about going, go on a log. You will attend. Do you have the link there or the GC?
Yeah, I'm bringing it up right now. I put it in the chat for everybody. So if you're tuning in live, feel free to check it. And just to bring it up, so it's GCBFDWB, right?
Yes. And so if you're thinking about going, log your will attend. It will help us out quite a bit. We're just short of getting our mega back right now. And then also the vault keys just started. So, well, it started a while ago, but it's going to start picking up here quite a bit more. And so make sure you follow the vault page on Instagram or on Facebook to get the clues for that. And then any questions, make sure you shoot us a message at the info@cachefest.com, or you can send me a message if you have any questions about anything. So it'll be fun. We'll have everything back and the Great Gadget Build-Off back. A lot of things. It's going to be fun. So looking forward to having people go on. And then our new website should be up hopefully soon. So
very cool.
That'll make things easier.
Yeah, and Peachy's asking on this one, and I don't know, Chad. I mean, your name's not Gary and all, but any beans about the gadget build for Cache Fest?
Nope. I keep all that secret. That's in my little book right over here of my ideas. So I mess around with things. So the way I do it is I'm messing around with things and trying to figure stuff out. And right now I have an idea of what it may be, but it may change 6 times before I actually get to the final build will be. So I hate to mention what will happen or what it will be and then end up changing it.
Yeah. But probably a key thing though, right, for people, because being involved in Cache Fest for years, number one, it's an awesome event. It's a ton of fun. But for like the gadget builds too, there's only like a set amount of those that people can get, right? So really for people, if you're thinking about going, log your will attend, you get the latest news on that one. And then when those gadget kits become available, people can purchase those like ASAP to make sure they lock one of those in, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then that'll help me get the count because I have to build them, the kits, and then take them with me. So I only take a few extras. So if you don't buy it, pre-purchase it, then the chance of getting one is slim. So make sure you do that. Also this year,
hey Chad, your microphone's a little funky again. Okay,
I
it's
wonder
better.
if it may be battery. Don't lean back. Oh, you know what? I'm leaning on that receiver thing, so maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have a death ray behind you or something that you keep on like?
Yeah, that's a secret. You're not supposed to know that.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I also am going to bring kits from. I've had people ask about the kits from previous years.
Oh wow!
So I'm going to bring some kits from previous years. So if they want to build those, they can do that as well, or just purchase them. So, and again, if you're interested in one of those, if you didn't attend one of the first cache, we had the Gadget Build-Off, or not the Gadget Build-Off, but the Gadget Academy. Send me a message or send us a message and let us know which one you're looking for, so we can make sure we bring it for you.
Yeah, and let me. I gotta do a screen share, Chad, because it's like, just like on the Cache Fest page on here. I just love this one, and Phil Gilbert's there, little black dog. Love Phil. Mm-hmm. Phil's a cool guy. And I don't know if you know, but fun fact, we have a black cat that is named after Phil. So it's Philomena is the name of our little black cat on this one, because Phil is little black dog. But yeah, just check out that room. That was at Shelby Farms in Memphis, but like you can see everybody getting that awesome hands-on experience with like soldering, putting together caches. Yeah, in Chihuahua 94 Chihuahua K94 me. Yeah, that's her right behind Phil on that one. Yeah, so how cool is that on that one?
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, and the person that should not be named says magic blocks ! Yes.
Yeah, that was the second year of builds at Cache Fest. So yeah, it's a blast. People love it. If you haven't soldered before, it's a great time to get experience soldering, putting stuff, making something. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy showing people how to do it. And so, yeah, it's a blast. So Log your will attend, buy your kit. That'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't remember, Chad, for Cache Fest, has the hotel gone live yet too?
It is. It should be. Oh, I'm on the Maker event over here. That's next.
Oh yeah. Okay, I do see it. So the announcement came out on
It should be
March
on
14th.
there.
Yeah. So
And
another
then
reason,
oh, good.
yeah. So I was going to say another reason for people to log their will attend on that one, because the hotel rooms, make sure you get your hotel room on that one, because then you're eligible for a lot of very cool exclusive things as well.
Yeah, it will be, yes. And then we have the vault key. So, or the hotel safe. If you stay at the host hotel, you get a tag for the safe that possibly opens it, and typically we give you a couple nights of free hotel stay, so it hopefully pays for your hotel stay. So, that's it's worth stay at the host hotel to get that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Lori Beck Tribe, thank you for joining us. Said Lori loved watching the live build one year. So yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. The last couple of years has been a pretty simple one. In fact, I'm going to offer them here for the Maker event. Cool. This when it comes up. So, do we have any other advertisements we need to do? That was the Art of Crafted, right?
Yeah, I think we did the Art of Crafted. Okay. We did this one, so I think we're good. Yeah.
I don't want Gary to get mad at me.
Oh man, yeah, got to keep Gary happy, because I heard happy Gary spills the beans, unhappy Gary does not spill beans.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so should we? Anything else with Cache Fest that you can think of that you want to bring up, or any other topics?
Yeah, I just think Cache Fest for folks, log your will attend if you're interested. You'll get that news first right away on that one. Before other people, and especially if there's some exclusive limited offers, you're going to want to jump on those pretty quick on that one. So log your will attend to make sure you get that latest information.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can move on to the Maker Magic at the Gadget Shop event, which is what my event is. It's actually mine and Goblin Dust. So if you're from Seattle, or if you visit up here and you're looking for some amazing caches, Goblin Dust makes amazing caches. And is a great creator, good guy. So it's our event together that we're doing here at the shop. So it'll actually be held right behind me, behind the printers.
Oh, wow. Do people get to see your secret book of ideas while they're there?
I have a giant safe over here that will be locked. So if they can get into it, maybe. But we'll see. I mean, there's nothing too special on those ideas. But so we'll be here. The GC code is GCBKJD2, called Maker Magic at the Gadget Shop. Right now, I think we're looking at 29 will attend, so that's pretty good. Wow. Not too bad. So if you think about coming, log your will attend. We will have hot dogs here. We'll have some snacks and stuff like that. So
yeah, I got to ask you, Chad, about those hot dogs. I read on the cache description that they're 98% pure hot dogs.
Yes. Well, what's in a hot dog?
Yeah, what's the other
pure hot? Yeah, I have no idea. You know, honestly, that's a Goblin Dust thing. So he's a funny guy.
Okay.
So I'm hoping they're 100% pure hot dog on there. So and I think we will have some vegan options too, because we have a few vegans here in the area.
Oh, very cool.
So I don't know if they're vegan hot dogs, but that's something that Goblin Dust is working on.
Yeah,
for some people.
And I got to ask you, Chad, is this the first event that is ever going to take place at your shop?
It is the first event that's going to take place at the shop. We had I had people come in and see it after the Cache Odyssey that's out front went live, and then some groups wanted to tour the shop. I also offer for people, if you come to Washington, you find the Cache Odyssey. If I'm here, I'll be more than happy to tour you through the shop.
Oh, wow.
If you want to take a look at it. So, but yes, this will be the first official event at the shop.
That's very cool.
So yeah, it'll be fun. We'll have prizes. The prize machine is actually a vending machine.
Ooh.
So everything is wrapped in a box or a baggie, so you can't see what it is, and so you just got to pick your slot and you get what you get. So
Okay.
it's actually pretty fun. We did that at our last event, and it was a huge hit.
Yeah.
So
Well, and you got Lori talking up saying, "Woot, it was a great tour and shop on that one." So
yeah,
that's
Lori
for
came
sure.
and saw it. So yeah, I love showing the shop off and making stuff with people. So yeah, send me a message if you're in the area. So sorry about that. Here, let me mute my mic for a second.
Yeah, no worries. As Chad's coughing his mic, take a look at his shop and see if you can see any new tools or anything. I think I see like a shelf up in the upper left-hand corner above Chad's right-hand corner. Looks like there's some new things there since last time. Yeah, up that way. Yeah, right
I don't
there.
know if there is.
Is there?
I do
Okay.
know of something. There is new.
Okay.
That's pretty obvious. In fact, we should have one of our guests that we have on quite a bit. I don't think I've seen him on here yet. That would probably pick it out real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say something looks new over in that direction, Chad. For sure.
So this printer's new.
Oh, okay.
So I only had one big printer, and I decided to upgrade to another one. And
Yeah.
so, so Mike would have probably noticed it right away. But so all my smaller ones are slowly getting pushed off that way. But yeah, that's the only thing new that I can think of off the top of my head over there. What we're gonna build, let me get back down here. It's only 2,503 miles away. Yeah, it's no big deal. A couple days walk.
Yeah, you know, for a geocacher, like what is that? Like, I mean, not a day trip, but probably a little bit more than a day trip, right?
Yeah. So one thing we are going to build. So we'll do some soldering here. We're gonna have some fun. So you'll have an option of soldering up some kits. And so if you haven't soldered before, this would be a great event to go to. They're the Great Maker Madness or Maker Shop event. We have some of these voice recorders. Let me pull one out here. And this is what they look like. They're just a blank board, and you will be soldering stuff onto them. And so you can activate them many different ways, right? So this is just a voice recorder. It's about a 30-second voice recorder.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are like, what do you do with it? There's all kinds of stuff. I use voice recorders on a lot of caches that we have. So, and I have a sample of one here I built years ago on the podcast. But you can make them activate with light. You can make them activate with buttons or with sound, whatever you want. I have one here that is made to blend in. So this is what it looks like here. And so this would mount either to a fence or a building or a post or something. And literally at the cache is just, this would be the logbook up in here. Let me put this all the way together here. I'll grab a lock.
In chat, is that anybody who goes to your event is going to be able to make one of those?
So you'll be able to make the, well, we have a limited amount. So
okay,
you'll be able to make the voice recorder. Now the rest of this you're gonna have to buy on your own.
Okay, gotcha.
That's out of the budget for the event. So this is probably I don't know, about $15 or $20 worth of parts here. So that'd be tough for everybody, or for me to have everybody build one.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So this is what it would look like. You'd have a lock. I'm not going to lock it, but it would normally be locked with a combination code on it. And you can do a word combination code or number. This one's a number. And this would just sit somewhere while there's nothing else to it but this. When it's sitting there, what you have to do is you have to figure out the code. And the way you have it on this one is if you take the top off, I have a magnet glued in there, right? It's put in there with epoxy. So it's epoxy in there. It's not going to come out. It's a strong magnet. And you got to go around the box somewhere to activate the sound. And so and I don't know if this mic will be close enough, but if you put it over here and you activate it on the side. Code you are looking. So, oops.
code?
I keep deactivating it. Hang on here.
Yeah, I was going to say we could hear that like a time or two.
Yeah. Anyways.
What you are looking for is 2694.
So I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah.
No, so I said the code he's looking for, and then I gave a code. So it actually is a speaker, and I don't have it glued to show. That's sticking right out there, and it actually kind of helps, and I can hear it actually with my earbuds in, I can hear it. And having this tube here, it actually makes the sound a little bit louder. So anyways, you just activate the reed switch. So,
oh, very cool.
It worked that time, no problem. And anyway, and then you have to, of course, plug the top so someone doesn't poke anything or any water gets in there. But that's a really simple, easy one to do with a voice recorder. I've also made this on the podcast to where it has a light sensor on it, and you have to shine a light up into the tube to activate the light sensor to activate the voice. And I don't think I have that one over here, but anyways, there's so many different things you can do with these.
Hey Chad, Jiffy's Woodshop asks, how long does the battery typically last on that one?
So this one I made 2 years ago. Of course, I don't run it all the time, but the batteries are still good.
Oh, wow.
What I would do, but they're on button cell batteries right now, so that's 3 volts. It's running 1.5. It's 3 volts total. And I would recommend just switching over to a couple AA's, and it will last a really long time because it's only using the battery when the reed switch is activated. So
yeah,
it will last
for Chad. Okay. Oh, I was going to say the microphone was funky. It's better. It's stabilized.
I put it back behind me because it's difficult to have in the front.
Yeah.
Thinking microphones. Okay. So anyway, what was I saying? So if you replace it with a couple AA's, it will last a long time. You're good to go on that. And then just the logbook. Pretty simple, easy build. So we'll do the voice recorders for those. And these voice recorders are really like a Temu thing. Really inexpensive to build. So if you're thinking about doing your own maker shop build, you can go on there and find some. The other thing we're going to do, which are people have seen this, but I get a lot of people requesting them, is the Bison Flipper.
Those are fun.
Flipper. It's a quick, easy build, but they're great. These fit in a regular ammo can box, a small one, and you just literally put a logbook in there, and you have to flip the tube out of there. And then you have the Bison tube extractor here to actually just get the Bison tube out, which people have seen these. These both have been Geocache Fest builds. But I get a lot of requests for them, so I thought, hey, what a great place to actually build these is here at the event.
Yeah, and I was going to say for audio listeners, as Chad's doing that, it's like a tube you have to flip. But Chad, it seems like you went a little bit more evil. Instead of a single Bison tube, how many is there in that one? Like 3, maybe 4?
I have 3 in here. I think 3 is the perfect number, and it's kind of only one has a logbook in it. And anyway, I probably won't be able to do it because we're live. Oh, there we go. So let's see if I got lucky. Nope, nothing in there. So you have one out of, now I have a 50-50 chance.
And I was going to say, Chad, you made that look easy because, like, I know Jody and I have one, and we put it in. We're trying to flip it out, and it did not go that easy as it just looked for you on that one.
Well, with several of them in there, it makes it harder because they hit each other.
Yeah.
When it's a single one, I can get it within the first couple tries typically, but I got lucky.
Yeah, we got a few people. Lori says she has 3 in hers and only 1 authentic logbook. And Angel Bandit says it takes me forever to get it.
So I got the logbook, and this is actually an official cache. So this I went and I was like, oh, I want to show this, and all the ones I have here are boxed up to ship out because I sell these online. And so I went out to the Cache Odyssey and sold this from there for a few minutes.
Oh, wow. So hopefully nobody comes to the Cache Odyssey and DNFs it, is what you're saying.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I hope not. So we'll see. So those two there, and honestly, I think that this one here is just as easy or just as fun with just one tube in it. And people are like, that's impossible to do, and they try it a few times, like, oh, that was really easy. So it's actually not as hard as it looks.
Okay.
To do.
I love that though, because it's like how many times people find an ammo can and they're like, okay, easy to get the logbook out, and what a surprise that would be to find in there.
Yeah. It is really cool, and so they're both made to fit. This is a 50 cal ammo can, and this is a 30. Is it a 30 or 5.56 ammo can size? So they're made. I made them specifically to fit inside of an ammo can.
Nice.
So, and I saw on there that someone says that they've only seen them made out of pop bottles. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use them with 2-liter bottles. I don't want to have to drink that much soda to get the plastic for them. So I just made my own on there. So yeah, fairly simple, but there's lots of different ways to make it. It says when you have the pop bottle, you can squeeze the bottle to get the bison tube out. Oh, that's when you'd break it if you. I'm sure you'd squeeze this and break it too, but hopefully you don't do that.
Yeah, you hope not.
Yeah. And it looks like Judy's on. Wish you were a little closer. Love to attend the maker event. I would love for Judy to come. That would be great.
And I think, I mean, there's still time for people, because I mean, your maker event's not until April 18th. So I mean, plenty of time there, right?
3 weeks. Yeah, plenty of time. Plenty of time. We got guest rooms.
Oh.
But anyway. So those two are there. Any questions on those? And I can open up the one that makes noise if people want to see how it was wired up too.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, folks, just enter in your comments in the chat room on that one if you have any comments. I know, Chad, we did have one, and I'm trying to see where the comment was, but asking where you can get that voice recorder. If there's a link to it. Yeah, Angel Bandit's asking, is there a link to the voice recorder? Yeah, there is, and I can find it here real quick. And the one that I used in here is slightly different than that one. The one I used in here, I bought on Amazon for like $8. I gotta go to the right drawer here. And so the one I bought online on Amazon, it looks more like this. Oh, okay.
And so that it's the same type of thing. The other one's just a cheap one, and we wanted people to be able to solder them. So that's why we bought the ones with the where you have to actually make it. But let me open this up and I'll show you.
Yeah, and as you're doing that, I know I have one, and I mean, I'm sure like a lot of cashers are the same way. You get those projects or those ideas, and you buy it, and you're like, one of these days I'm going to put it out. But I know I always want to do like a Mission Impossible style like recorder. Like you open the case, and it gives you the message, and then it says it's going to self-destruct.
So I have one of those.
Do you really?
Pelican case. I'm sure people here have found it if you've been to any of my events where I've taken my puzzle boxes. So anyways, you open it up, and it's super simple. If you look at this here, that out there, you have the voice recorder here, which was connected to the side. I had it glued to the side, but the other day I was showing this to Goblin Dust, sorry, and pulled it out. So this is just the microphone here to record your voice. Here's the button to hit the record button for what you want to say. I have the speaker glued down here, and then up here is just where I put the reed switch. It's just hot glued in there. So pretty simple. I bought this kit here, and just extended the wires to make them go where I wanted them to go inside this box. There's lots of room in here to do stuff with. You can do other things. You can take this reed switch, and you can put it anywhere you want. It doesn't have to be a reed switch. You could actually put a photo sensor up there that you've shined a flashlight up through here to get it to activate. You just have to have it in a fairly dark place, or you might have to extend this tube enough to where it doesn't sense any light. So, or maybe even down here, I'd put maybe a tinted piece of acrylic. So because it doesn't require much light to activate. So that's just what I did there on that. Pretty easy build. And I did this years ago. Let me just blow it out. Lots of junk in there. Yeah. Pretty easy. Let me just screw this back together. Otherwise, I'm going to lose the screws.
I was going to say, I mean, that would definitely be a cool cache to find. I mean, definitely very likely to get a favorite point, for sure on that one.
Yeah, and you could do this in the woods. You could do this all over the place. So you could paint it brown and put it next to a tree. Put it in a stump. You've got to pick it, because there's no reason why technically you can't leave it loose and have someone pick it up, because the cap's on here, right? It's protecting it, and then this is just sitting here with a lock on it. So besides the fact that someone could walk away with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's that one.
Yeah, we do have a few questions, Chad, in the chat room.
Let's go for them.
On this one. So we got one from BC Parkins 48 asking if you can give a quick rundown of how you made the bison flipper.
The flipper, not the extractor.
Yeah.
So this one,
mic again, Chad, is a little funky.
And it's in my shirt. That's weird. I wonder if my batteries go low. Let me double check.
I don't know. It almost sounded like a Space Invaders or Atari sound effect there for a second.
Oh yeah, we pay extra for those sound effects.
Yeah, I mean classic sound effects. It's better now, by the way.
Huh. I wonder if it's this mic or how we have it set up. Okay, well, let's try that. Just let me know if it happens again.
Yeah, sure thing.
Maybe I'll switch mics and we can try and see if it happens, if it still happens. So this is just 3D printed. I designed this online. This is a thin, flat piece of the poly acrylic. Is not acrylic, but it's a poly whatever. I don't remember the exact name on it. But that's all it is. It's a flat sheet, and you just, let me see if I have one back here. Oh, hey, look at that. I got a couple sitting right here.
Oh, man, that's convenient.
Yeah. So I made a couple different styles, and my final style is probably locked up, is somewhere else. These were test ones. So this was for I wanted to make a smaller flipper one, and so I tried this, but it's way too easy because there's no place. It just lines up so easy. But the same theory on making either one of them is just this groove here is fairly deep. Like you can see there's a screw hole here. So it's probably 3/4 of an inch deep. That the plastic goes down, and then I have a mullion piece that goes from here that connects the two pieces of plastic together. And then you just have a flat end on the other side. And I don't have a flat end, actually. I tested several of them and took off my glasses. I can't see which one this has. This is actually my test.
I was going to say, Chad, you printed that in all one single piece then on that end?
No, it's 3 pieces. Oh, on the ends?
Yeah.
The end's 1 piece. Yeah, this is all 1 piece. So I've printed it. You can kind of see. So I went through so many variations of it where one is hollow and has a deep end on it here, right? And then I have one that's solid. And then on the other end, I have one that has a curve to it. Or actually it's a cone shape. So when you flip it up, it hits it and knocks it off. And then I have a reverse cone, right? So it kicks it out. And then I had one with just a flat top to see which one I like best. And so the one that I actually put on them now has the cone. So when you flip it up, it kicks it away from the middle. So it's not so easy to get in there. And I don't have one out right now. I wonder if I have one in the drawer. All my 3D printed extra parts are, well, let me just walk over here and grab one.
Yeah. As you're walking over the Chad, again, everybody, let's take a look at Chad's shop and try to identify what tool does Chad not have in his shop right now.
Well, you can't see now.
Well, yeah, I know. Since you kind of like hid everything from us, Chad. Yeah. But yeah, Chad, as you're doing that too, I'm almost thinking like it would be cool to put like a flipper and a flipper and a flipper and a flipper, you know?
So I consider doing one where you got to go through 3 different flippers to actually get it out.
Oh, did you really?
But then you got to do the same thing to reset it. It's a lot harder to reset.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why I haven't done that yet. For the fact of resetting it wouldn't be fun. And I think a cacher would be like, I don't want to redo this.
Yeah. Well,
I'll
I mean,
just leave
yeah,
it.
good point. Because I mean, for you as a cache owner, I mean, that could be a lot more of a headache for you trying to maintain that.
Yeah. And that's, resetting caches. Oh, here we go. Here's the whole box of them. Sorry, my parts area is a giant mess.
Oh man, of which people will get to see at the Maker Magic event, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's how parts are, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's
Absolutely.
not what I wanted to find. One sec. That was I have a box of samples that I made, and then after I printed like 50 of them, I was like, I don't like that anymore. So they're sitting in a box.
Oh wow.
Bison tube. Oh, here we go. Bison tube extractors. Imagine when you label boxes, you can find them.
Yeah. And DSK11, yeah, brought up a comment about a second flipper they had in a 500 ml Pepsi bottle with a nano. And they said it's tough to get the nano out with the shape of the bottle, and it's a little evil on that one.
Oh, I would imagine, yeah, because it's not sitting flat.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have that curve on that bottle, that bottle shape or Coke curve. Okay, so here we go. Sorry about that. So a few different changes I made from my original one. So the original one had a flat end here. Giving away my secrets here. I just need to offer these up online to download. Is I went with a hollow inside here because I wanted to have more room for it to flip up and harder just to tip over onto the top. And then I also put a V groove here to go so you can actually see inside, or you can, once it hits here, because there's a lot of times that the Bison tube, this is bigger, would get stuck like this.
Mhm.
And it took a long time to get in. So I put a little groove there to make it a little bit easier. And then the top, I end up doing this cone here on it. So when you would flip it up, it would hit this cone and kick out. So you had to be a little more precise with it. And then this is a flat piece of the acrylic that you use, very thin.
Yeah. And I was going to say, did you like manual score that to then cut that acrylic, or how did you do it?
My first time was all done by hand, and then now I use a cutter. This is 0.81 mil.
Okay.
Thick. So I'm going to start finding these everywhere now that I give everybody how to build them. Okay. So that is that one. The other one's built. This is built pretty much the same way. In here, I used a PVC pipe. Since then, and then I routed out the groove. Since then, I actually 3D print in PETG the tube, and I don't use the PVC pipe anymore. I did the PVC pipe because if this is in an ammo can in the heat,
yeah,
I was nervous and I didn't have time to test it to stick it in any heat anywhere. And I didn't want to give someone a build and find out a few months later that it failed. So I did PVC pipes because you have that. So it's expanding, right? It's spanning that 6 inches here. Yeah. And so in the heat with PLA, it would obviously start sagging. And I didn't want that. So that's why I went with that. But the PETG does fine in the heat. And I did do a few out of not ABS. It's like an ABS, but it's not. You can print it on your printer without a vent. But the PETG does good. So,
are the ends PLA or are those PETG too?
The ends on these are PLA on this one.
Okay.
The new ones are all PETG. I'm not too worried about them shrinking at all because they're solid. If you notice, this here is solid in here. So there's not really any place for it to go or have any issues with. So I have not worried about those being PLA or PETG. But if I'm printing it all at one time, PETG and PLA, it's the same cost. So I just try and print them in PETG. Is there any other questions?
Questions came through for Lost and Found 28. Do you heat the acrylic any?
I don't. In fact, I should just take one of these apart real quick and show you. I don't have the mullion piece over here. Yeah, I don't have the mullion piece over here. I don't. So if you go to one of the Gadget Academy classes, you can actually see we just bend it into that mullion, make a circle, and then slide it right into the cap.
Yeah.
It's super easy. It's a little bit harder to do with the smaller one. It takes a little bit of time to do, but it's able. Once you do one of them, it's kind of like, oh, that was pretty simple.
Mike's funky again, Chad. Space Invaders.
Still?
Okay, now it's not there. It's funny. Every time I say Space Invaders, I think it stops.
It stops. Is that like saying that name 3 times?
Yeah, the person who should not be.
Yeah. Where's my other mic? I just saw it. I wonder.
Yeah, it's fine now. It's fine now. So.
Okay. Well, anyway, so yeah, you once you do the first time, it's easy to do, no problem on that.
Yeah. And we got a few other comments, Chad, from Chippy's Wood Shop. They recommended put it into a birdhouse as well, too.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great in a birdhouse. Whatever you want to put it in. I don't do many birdhouses. I do have a few up here that it would fit in. But yeah, I mean, you can put it in anything. And it's, I get a lot of good comments. I'm sure Lori on here, she has one out here locally. You get a lot of good comments on that and people, how they hate it. But once they find it, once they actually get the right one, it's like, oh, that's so much better. And then I've had a few comments for someone who's like, oh, I dreaded this and got it on the first try and it was the best. So, yeah, but that's okay. I mean, that's kind of part of having 3 of them. And that's why I have them all colored the same color bison, right?
Okay.
If you had different colors, then someone would be like, oh, it's in the pink one or it's in the blue one. So I have them in all the same colors so you don't know which one it's going to be.
Well, that's a good technique. I got to ask, too, do you have a difficulty rating you recommend on that one as well?
The problem is I can do those pretty quick.
Yeah.
Probably because I made it and I've done it so many times. So things that I make, at least this is how it works for me. I don't know about other people. It's hard for me to decide what the difficulty is because I know how it's made and how to do stuff. And so it makes it easier for me. So typically I take them to side events that we go to and have people try them and have them tell me what they think it should be, because I'm actually getting more of a true difficult rating from people who don't know how it works. Yeah. But to me, that's like, that's simple. I can go through that in a few minutes and figure that and, get that out.
Yeah. Well, and I like that technique too, right? Because if it's like you're making a gadget or you make a puzzle or whatever, you did it. So it's a lot easier for you for sure, Yeah.
Well, that's why I make puzzles, so I don't have to do them. I hate doing puzzles.
Yeah. So you're hiding what you don't like to do is what you're saying.
That's right.
I didn't know that.
And I love watching people struggle.
Hiding.
Yeah.
And Chad, we got another question too from Hugh McLeod, who said, Chad, you ever think of doing a Maker Magic event in Canada?
It would be fun. I haven't really thought about it, but it's 2.5 hours for me. So at least Vancouver is.
Yeah.
It would be fun. I do have some friends up 3 stars. Remember where they're from, but we've talked about doing an event or going up there for an event. I just haven't done it. But Vancouver, that'd be a good idea.
That'd be cool. Fun. That would be cool. Yeah. I never realized it, Chad. We're both 2 hours from Canada, you and I.
Are you 2 hours? I thought you were closer.
Well, so I'm like, I can't remember, 15 to 20 miles like south of the border on Lake Erie,
Mm-hmm.
But to go to Canada, you have to go up through Buffalo, East Bridge, cut over. So, I mean, it's probably like an hour and a half-ish, Yeah.
It's like here in Seattle, to go to the other side of the sound, it's like a mile. But to actually get to it, you got to drive, 30 miles around the whole thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, that's that one. Any other questions on there? I just don't want to get ahead of people.
Yeah, I think we're caught up in questions, but if anybody has questions, put them in the chat on this one, because I think this is giving people a great sense of like the things that they could come to your event and then like learn how to make and then put together.
Yeah. And if anybody's interested in one of these that you can't make the event, I don't want to do a plug on it, but I do sell them close to cost online. So you can go to gadgetacademybuilds.com and see them on there. If you have a 3D printer and you want to try and 3D print it, send me a message and I can send you the file. So, or I might just post it to the maker event or maker page.
Yeah, and let me put it in there too. So I just posted it for our audio listeners. It's just www.gadgetacademybuilds, no spaces between those words.com for those.
Yeah. So that will be fun. A few other things to do that we're going to have is I will offer these. You'll have to purchase them to build, but they will be available to build the magic blocks. Just because the electronic parts are so crazy expensive nowadays. I'm working on doing a set of these that you can actually decide what arrow direction you want. And then we can print them here while you're here at the maker event. And you can change the direction of the arrows. So I'm working on one of these with different directions. So this will be fun. In fact, we were talking about resetting caches. I actually went out. I don't get into that Cache Odyssey cache very often. And I went out today to grab, this is actually part of the Cache Odyssey cache, stage 1. And these sit in a container in the front. And when I opened it up, they were all in it. So it's a hard one, trying to reset it. You ask caches to reset it, but sometimes when you have 5 stages and they get excited or in a hurry, they forget stuff. Oh, yeah. So when you're building something, you make it. This is not an easy one to reset. You're relying on them to take it apart. But I will say it took me way longer to line it back up so I took them all out and I thought, oh, I need that for the directional lock. So I went to put it back. It took me way longer to actually get them in the correct order than I thought it would.
Yeah. Well, and that's pretty cool. So you're saying people are going to get like soldering skills. They're going to get like 3D printing on there as well, skills as well too.
Yeah. And then I will also do the same thing with these. So these I've shown on here many times. They'll be able to decide the arrow direction they have and print these. And then I'm working on maybe making it so you actually have a 3D print to put in an ammo can. But these are just those directional lock puzzles that you use many ways. These come off and they only fit into one. They usually come in a pack of 5. But yeah, you can adjust the arrows on those and make that. As well as other things. So what we're trying to do is have people make stuff or do stuff that you would normally not have. So not everybody has a 3D printer. So I want you to experience having a 3D printer and how to print stuff and what it's like. I'll have the laser cutters going. 3 different laser cutters. So I don't know if we'll be using all 3, but we can make. There's not really much on a cache you can make on a 3D or on a laser cutter. I mean, there is stuff, but my thought was just so you have the experience of designing and cutting, kind of part of a maker event. I have a couple of different samples here I made real quick of keychains that we could do your name or something on, right? And these just go on keychains. I'll hopefully have other ideas of things too on that. And then I'm not going to have the CNC machine going because that just takes way too long and it's way too loud. And then just more putting stuff together, more soldering, everything like that. And anything else I could think of. While I'm out here going, oh, that'd be fun for people to put together. I'll get it out.
Yeah. And that is so cool. I mean, just to check, like say to folks too, Chad, like as you're going through that, like your event is like a 4-hour event too, from 1 to 5 p.m. So, I mean, there's definitely the opportunity for people to get like good hands-on experience on this one. It's not like a Maker Magic event where it's like it's an hour and you talk about doing something. They're actually doing it, right?
Yeah. And we want you to enjoy it. We want you to feel pressured. We like spending time. And I say we, me and my wife and Scott, or Goblin Dust, sorry, likes to spend time talking to people, showing people how to do stuff. It's just fun. I mean, to me, if it goes past 5, I really don't care, right? But we have to have a time limit on there. So we have the 1 to 5 on there for that. But, there'll be plenty of time for you to do something. So if, all the soldering irons are used, if you wait a few minutes, there'll be someone else. Someone will be done. You can jump into the soldering iron, whatever's going on. So it'll be really fun to do. It'll be a fun event.
Well, that's cool. Hey, Chad, we did get a question from Chippy's Woodshop saying they're thinking about making a cache that's active only 10 minutes a day. Any ideas?
So you need that cache to take about 15 minutes.
Chad, Space Invader.
Oh, man. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little bit of space. Okay, it's better. It's funny. Every time I say Space Invaders, it's like it stops.
Where? Oh, hey, here's that other mic. Give me 2 seconds here.
Okay. But yeah, I love the sense from Chippy's Woodshop because I know I've thought about making a puzzle like this too, where it's like people can only like find it, or they have to go to like a website, and the website has to be like, I don't know, like a certain time, like after midnight. I know, like I kind of thought about making one called like a werewolf one, where people have to go like after midnight on like a full moon, to get something. Just thinking like something like that could be kind of fun to like time bound it.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of this mic because it doesn't fit around my big ears.
Yeah, it almost looks like you should be a singer at a concert with that microphone, Chad.
That's right.
Saying.
That's right. We're at NASA.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, your pick. If you want to be a singer at a concert or somebody at NASA with that microphone.
I'd rather be at NASA myself, but that's me.
Me too. Me too.
It's funny. My wife, off subject, my wife was talking about to her, we were out with some friends and they watched that Below Deck show. And they're always like, who would you be? What position would you have on there? And they're like, oh, a deckhand or a room steward or whatever. And they asked me what I'd be. I'd be like, I'd be the engineer that you never see. I'd be the guy behind the engineer down in the engine room that you never ever see on the video.
Well, and if you did see, it'd be seriously wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't need to be up in doing anything. So I don't need to be the singer in front of everybody. Obviously, I love talking to people. I love doing stuff. I love making things. But I'm not the person to sit here and entertain you all day long on the podcast. So that's why we need people like John, who's very good at talking to people and keeping me on track, and same with Derek. Derek's very good with people. So,
oh man, Derek's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, is this better? So we're hearing me okay? No Space Invaders.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So what were we talking about?
Yeah. So Chippy's Woodshop was asking, they're thinking about making a cache that's active only 10 minutes a day. Any ideas on that one that you have? Because I know when I thought about this, I'm like, could I do this through a website? That it's like a custom website, like something would only pop up like on occasion.
That would be cool if you could do that. You could also do a timed lock on it. So it literally only unlocks, it's able to unlock during a certain time or a certain amount of time. So, I mean, those aren't hard to do. Probably need permanent power, because they would have to run all the time to stay locked. But is you want to know how to make that happen, or a cache I would do in it?
I think some ideas how to make that happen, right? I think. Chippy's Woodshop is asking, are there electronic devices that can do it?
I am going to write this down because I know there are electronic devices that are only active during certain times, but I don't know enough about it to tell you what it would be. Oh, my pen's back here.
Yeah.
So I will need to look into it and see, but that is a really good idea.
Yeah, and I know Judy asked, would something like that get published on this one? I don't know. I mean, it's worth a shot. like kind of thinking like in the past when I was kind of talking about like werewolf puzzle, like only on full moons could you go to a website, or go to like a location. I think that would be cool. I don't know if HQ would publish that or not, but I mean, like there's some caches though that are only available at set hours as is, and not 24/7. So I don't know, limited hours. It seems like something like that should be possible.
Yeah, see, the problem with reviewers is there's no set guide.
Oh man, and Chad, Mike went down, man.
Oh my gosh, really?
I can hear you. Just on that mic. But it's not Space Invaders. Not Space Invaders.
You can hear me enough for me to talk?
Yeah, it's low volume. Let me see if I can boost your mic up.
Let me see if I have a volume control in here.
Okay, I boosted you up.
The audio is flashing. I wonder what that is for.
Okay, whatever microphone you got, Chad, we can hear you.
These.
Yeah. And as you're doing that, Chad, the person that shall not be named said there's actually one in Minnesota that the cache page only gives the chords at certain times of the day.
You can hear me now, right?
Yeah, we can. I'm going to pull your audio back down a little bit. Okay, go for it.
I muted it. There's a mute button on here. I didn't know on there. I must have muted it on accident. My belly. Anyway, so the thing with reviewers is there's no real set guidelines. And so it's kind of up to their interpretation of what they want to do. I know you can add times on caches. Mine out here has certain find times. I don't know how many times a day that can go in and out. But I know you cannot request so I wanted to do an escape room game where they actually have to schedule a time to find the cache, and I know you can't do that. So that might be something the reviewer's thinking of. You can't schedule a time to do a certain cache. Okay. So maybe that's what they're thinking on that. So that's a good question. That would be a good question for HQ. HQ should have someone that you could actually just send questions to.
Yeah, like you could reach out to the reviewer. DS Mavis says they once submitted an electronic cache that only gave out information certain times of the day for maybe 30 minutes. And the reviewer shot it down as such. So they had to make it accessible longer on that one. So yeah, interesting, because I mean, there are like radio caches too, where it's like you have to listen to it for like a certain amount of time in order to get those coordinates as well too. But yeah, probably talk to your reviewer, because especially if you're gonna start going down the road of doing an elaborate build on that one, you may want to just find out with them first if it would be feasible or not.
Yeah, and HQ's we're looking at ways to change the game, and do more creative things like this, more interesting thing. I think the issue with that is if it's only available for 10 minutes a day, you limit on how many people can actually find it. True. And then during that 10 minutes, what's the line going to be like for people to find it? Is it a fun experience? Is it a bunch of people trying to hurry up and get it done? I think it's kind of a fun idea, but I don't think HQ would allow it, but it's a fun idea.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it goes back, and I know you and I were talking like a while ago. It's like, is every cache meant to be found by everybody? And the answer is really no. I mean, if you have a difficulty 5 terrain 5 cache, that cache may not be able to be found by everybody. I mean, especially if it's like scuba, boat required, climbing gear,
Yeah, that's true. So that's a good question for a reviewer. That's I think it'd be fun. I would allow it myself just because it's fun. It's different, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to find every cache. I mean, I have some people that don't like doing my puzzles on my caches. Then sounds bad. Don't do it. I mean, you don't have to find it. It doesn't have to be done. I want you to do it. Honestly, if you send me a message and go, I don't want to do your puzzle, just give me the code, I'd give you the code, right? I want you to have fun. I want you to find the cache. But if you don't want to spend the time to experience the puzzle, I don't care. I know I'm different that way than most people, because most people want you to do, complete every piece of it. And if you can't do it, then you need to figure it out and come back. I just want you to have fun.
Yeah. And I'm the same way. Like I always put like in my maintenance notes on my caches, like, hey, feel free to ask for a hint, or a tip. I'm happy. We're always happy when our caches are found, But in saying that, if we do have like a puzzle come out and it's only been found a few times, I'll probably be like a little bit more selective until after it's been found a few times, to help get people like over that final part,
Yeah. So yeah, that's I'll be curious. I'll look into that timed one on doing a timing. So I'm not sure what it would end up taking.
Yeah.
The person that shouldn't be named here said that there's one in Minnesota that only gives out the cord certain times a day. I think you brought that up already.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. I have one here. So my Cache Odyssey cache has a FM. You have to frequency. You have to turn into the FM channel to get, and it takes a while before it gets to the code. And I think that's cool. I don't think anything wrong with it. I think the ones several times a day, you have to log in at the top of the hour for 2 minutes. I think that's fine because you have 24 times in a day you can actually get the code for that cache. I think that's really fun.
Yeah, and DS Mavis, they also said that they created a Bluetooth cache that automatically sent out the longitude coordinates for 5 minutes at the top of hour, then latitude coordinates 5 minutes at the bottom of hour, and they said that was actually accepted in the field. So that's good to know.
That's good to know. I actually had this discussion with someone at HQ about using Bluetooth. So John and I, for people who don't know this, John and I have had this discussion where there's these Bluetooth modules that you put out in the middle of the woods, right? And once you get close enough, is it a chirp? No, it's not a chirp.
Yeah, it's a Bluetooth beacon on that one.
Yeah, a beacon, that's what it is. And I brought it up to them that, hey, you guys should, these are really fun, creative ways to make a cache to where you have to use your Bluetooth. Their concern is anything like that can be hacked, and they don't want to use those. Kind of like NFCs. They're getting into NFCs, but if you don't make it unwritable, someone can write over it or hack into it. Right. And with Bluetooth, is there a possibility of anything happening? I'm not sure what they're worried about anything hacking, but maybe putting inappropriate stuff on it. Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah, and that's the one I hear what they're saying, because I think you really got to kind of lock that down and make that as secure as a cache owner, in order to do that. So yeah, you really got to know what you're doing for sure. Because I know I'm getting ready to get out an NFC cache myself, and I'm like, okay, I got to make sure to lock these tags down,
Yeah.
Before I put it out there. So yeah, something to definitely be aware of for sure.
Yeah, and I haven't messed with a Bluetooth beacon too much, but I think a Bluetooth beacon on a trail somewhere would be fun to have different areas, and it gives you different, maybe at a trail crossing, and you got to go right, or you got to go up this trail or up this trail. So you don't know where exactly it is until you get to that area, and you got to log on to Bluetooth and get the information from the beacon. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I think it would be, and I think you could print like a lot, or make like a lot of kind of like specialty items. Like I think I may have mentioned on a past show, but the idea of getting like a PKE meter and then like using Bluetooth beacons to kind of like, show that you're getting close to like a ghost, in like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you talked about that on a show. Yeah.
I think that would be cool, to create something, but like you could create like a magic wand. You could create like, different things like that to kind of have a really cool story,
Yeah, that would be fun. You can almost put a reverse geocache inside of a PKE meter.
Oh,
and you'd have to point it in the right direction you need to go to get to the cache. Kind of like what you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
But it would end up using. Oh, I know there's ways to do it, but yeah, it ended up having to use different ways to actually know where it is sitting. GPS system.
Yeah.
So
and I hear what Chippy Woodshop is saying, like a lot of that can be made in Where I Go, but I don't know. I just love like when you open up something and you get like a tool for a cache and you're like, okay, how does this work? Or how does this integrate? So just going a little bit more into like a physical, like, I don't know, prop, you could say, or something else, but using a phone is a very cool way to do it too. But yeah, definitely, if they made the Where I Go programming a little easier, remade it, that could certainly help too.
Yeah.
And I know we got a few other questions too, Chad. Chihuahua K94 Me was saying they'd love STL files on there.
Shoot me an email. Gadget Talk Podcast at gmail.com. And I'll try and get them out to you. I know I have someone else who have sent some other files to you, and they're having problems opening them. So send me an email, and I'll see what I can get to you, and let me know if you have an issue with it.
Okay. And then we have a question too from Lori, who's saying, what might the cost of the magic blocks be?
Good question. I don't know what I end up selling them for typically. Typically at events we do them I think for $60 or $50. So I'll have to double check and see. It'd be somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Maybe
And I'll
not
tell
quite
you,
that
those are super cool for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Chad, just a heads up, Dawn and Gary may be coming your way for the event as well too. It looks like Dawn checked and she said tickets are cheap on here.
Oh yeah. Dawn
Lost and Found 28.
Yeah. And Gary, huh?
Yep.
Great. Now I really got to clean up my shop.
Yeah. You've been warned, my friend.
Yeah. Okay. Tickets to Seattle is probably cheap. Being in Seattle is not cheap. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if they come, I have, let me know.
Yeah. I heard you got hot dogs. So
98% hot dogs.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. 2% recycled PLA filament, maybe.
That's where I don't know. That'd be fiber, but. So, and then I had a few other things to go over here with people on, but I think that we could either leave it as a surprise or not. I mean, I can do one more thing.
Yeah, let's do one more if you want.
Is Pat? I mean, one thing that we're gonna have people make, and I only have a limited number of them, but let me see if I have one here that's together.
Okay.
Sorry, take me 2 seconds here.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. And for all of us wondering online, what does Chad's shop really look like? Logger will attend to his Maker Magic at Gadget Shop event. And again,
you know what I thought of?
What's that?
Oh, I was going to say what I thought about doing, especially after I get rid of the mess behind there from my last move, is putting a camera right up at the top up here.
Oh,
pointing that
cool.
way. So when I go back there to get stuff, you could actually pull up the camera to see what's back there. But eventually, at some point, like we did at the other shop for a while, is I had cameras at different areas, and we just literally went to the table, saw and there's a camera there. We just flipped over to it and stuff like that. So I'd like to do that at some point.
That would be fun.
Okay, so pat tag holders. So everybody has pat tags. You know, some people like them. I know we're not supposed to mention them on the event page, so I can't mention pat tags on there or what you'll be doing with them. But let me find the pat tag here.
Yeah, and as you're doing that, Chad, Gary chimed in on this one and said, "Don't clean the shop for us."
So that's a no. He's not coming.
No, he's coming. He's coming. Sounds like he is.
Okay. You're talking about Gary Slinkard, right? Yeah.
Yeah. G-Slink, or as some people call him, GSL Inc.
Yeah. So pat tags, magnetic on there. These are fun. These are sheets of them. How many does it hold? The 80. 72. So it holds 72 pat tags.
Oh, nice.
And it stands up, so it has feet on it. You can either hang it on the wall or back here. Some feet slide in.
That's very cool, and I love that because it's like so many path tags. Like, you know, people put them in like boxes or stuff like that, and not a good way to really kind of take them out and really kind of look at a lot of them. So I mean, like that's a really cool way to do it for sure. Yeah, and Chad, I think you bumped the mute button, my friend.
Sorry, I was coughing.
Oh, okay. No worries.
So, anyone, you guys have to hear me over here. So you can hang them on the wall, or they have these little fins here, and they stand up on the table very well. You can't see it, so you can either display it like that or hang them on the wall. So they're fun little things to make. So what you'll do on that is they'll be printed, and you'll just end up putting all the magnets in. That's the hard part, is putting the magnets in.
Yeah,
for them.
Yeah.
So
that looks great, though. And we do have shout out to Bell on the Move, joining us for a brief bit from SeaWorld for spring break with the family. So he's looking forward to watching later and to hosting another Maker Magic event. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and people who don't know Bell on the Move, he's an amazing gadget builder.
Absolutely.
I had the privilege to do an event with him this last summer, and it was amazing. It was so fun. I got so many ideas from him that I want to kind of do on the show and kind of copy and then change a little bit of it. But then I don't want to be that person that sits there and copies someone else's things. So
maybe, Chad, we call it the Bell on the Move inspired show.
Yeah. Well, we just had to have them on while we're making it. So
it's true.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that was just one other thing that I'll have a limited number of them to do as well.
Very cool.
And that's another thing. If you're not coming, we do sell these. Really, they're like $15 because magnets are crazy expensive. And so there's pretty much at cost on our website. So, yeah. So that will be it. And then there's probably going to be a few other things that happen when we have the event. I wanted to program our Arduinos and do LED flashing lights and all kinds of stuff, but we'll see how far I get on that.
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a lot, man. That's a lot to cover, even in like 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, I have to limit what I can do. The nice thing is we have 3 of us here teaching it or doing it, so you have people who can go around and help everybody. And we have a lot of chairs and a lot of well, of course, we're getting a lot of Willitens. And a lot of stuff for people to do. So we'll see. It'll be fun either way.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to do everything, but hopefully you'll be able to do what you want.
Yeah. And Quincy Cryptid asks a question. Does Groundspeak have a map up yet of all the map? Yeah, they do. Yeah. And let me drop the link in the chat to that one. And this one, and I don't know, Quincy, where you're located. But on that link to bring up is that will bring you up to the Maker Magic 2026 United States events. And on here, let me just do a screen share on here just to kind of show it. So on here, like if you click on any Maker Magic event, and I love this one, Maker Magic 101 uses for duct tape, right? If you click on that, you can see it. You can scroll down. And you can see in the bookmark list this Maker Magic 2026 United States events that you can click on. And then, of course, if you click on that one, you can see all the different ones, which big shout out to Brian Asgaroth, because I think on this one, if you're actually like taking a look at like ones that are furthest away from any other Maker Magic event, I think he wins it for 2026 Maker Magic in the Black Hills. You know,
how many do we have up here in Seattle? Is it just 2 or 3?
Let's see. Yeah, just 3. So you got yours right there. Maker Magic at the Gadget Shop. GeoJuts, a modest Maker Magic mingle.
Oh, and then so the other 2 are lackeys.
Yep. So you are the only unlackey, Chad, to have a Maker Magic event in that area.
Awesome. And one is actually, for some people who don't know, and if you're coming to this area, sorry, one more.
Yeah, no worries.
I need a drink. There is a Maker Magic event before mine. That's ends 3 hours, I think, before mine. So there's plenty of time, and he's a lackey who's doing it. So if you are coming to the area just for the event and you want to go to another Maker event, he has one, Heart of Oaks, up in Bothell, I believe.
Yeah, it's Heart of Oak on that one, and Heart of Oak, we've had him on the show before, and very creative, very awesome gadget builder on here, and I'll drop the GC code in the chat on that for folks as well too to see that, and the GC code on that one is GCBK1JM on that one. If anybody's interested in coming up to the Seattle area, going to Chad's, and also going to the Heart of Oak event too on that one. Which I got to admit,
go to him.
I don't know how many people would actually be able to say that they went to 2 Maker Magic events in the same day. So that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. So if you're coming up just for that, and there's also a new cache on Queen Anne that I'd recommend people going to find, but I think that's all I can say about it. It's not my cache. But
I was going to say, but Chad, you don't highly suggest or recommend caches often. So that one must be good.
Well, it sat in the shop for like 2 months. So I'm so happy to get rid of it. It was huge. It's a big cache.
Very cool.
Yeah. So if you're coming to the area for that, I'd find it. It's called I don't remember what it's called. Queen Anne something. So if I was good, I'd remember what it was called.
Yeah. Well, I guess before we adjourn to Chad, we got a few other comments on here, shout outs on here. Just Ducking Around is hosting a Magic Maker event in Connecticut. And I know I saw his design magnetic magic blocks on Facebook, and they are awesome. So if anybody's in the Connecticut area, definitely attend that event. It's really cool what Just Ducking Around does. And the GC is GCBK2M5 on that. And Gary did affirm, Chad, that he's going to be there on that one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then Lori asked if it's a BYOC, bring your own chair event.
It wouldn't hurt to bring your own chairs. We have plenty of tables, but chairs are always an issue. So if you want to bring some, you may not need it, but it would be much appreciated just in case.
Okay. So BYOC suggested, not required, but on that one. But yeah, any closing comments, Chad, that you want to add?
No. I will say for Just Ducking Around, I want a set of those magic blocks that he has going. So I may have to send him a set of mine. Maybe we can do a trade of magic blocks.
That would be cool.
I love the way he's doing it. I mean, he's an engineer, right? So he's using the ingenuity about it, and he's just using, I'd imagine, the magnetic reverse polarity of the magnets together, right? That pushes it away. I think that's brilliant. That's super smart.
Absolutely. And I love the video that he had with the reveal on those too.
Yeah. Yep. Other than that, yeah, I mean, I appreciate everybody joining, and anybody who's going to come, please log your will attend if you want to come. Hopefully we get as many people as we can, and we have fun. If not, I mean, go to another Maker Magic event somewhere. There's one in Connecticut. I mean, people listening, I know, are putting them on, and hopefully it'll be super fun. If someone wants to do one and wants some ideas on how to make something, let me know. It will be fun. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
As well as if you guys are going to attend Cache Fest, make sure you log your will attend on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Log your will attends because, especially with Cache Fest, you're going to get the latest news as soon as it comes out. And especially for those limited time offers, you're going to want to jump on those, big time. But thank you everybody for joining us as well. And I hope everybody has a good week. And Chad and I will be back next month on this one. The third Tuesday, which I believe is April 21st. How crazy is that, Chad, to say April 21st?
I know. I'm excited. I'll say I'm excited for summer, but years are going by quick.
Absolutely. But hey, thanks again for joining us, everybody. And hope everybody has a good night. Take care, everybody.
All right. Good night, everybody.